Midgard, Kobold Press's campaign setting. I absolutely love this setting and I play in it a lot now. I even have a brand new campaign starting there in just a couple of weeks. And Kobold Press has a real edge on this campaign setting because they've been around so long, they've had a lot of time to establish it. There are absolute tons of adventures and other materials for this setting. One of the best sources for those adventures is from their patron with their Warlock Lairs. If you don't know, they have this patron that you can join for a couple bucks a month, and you get a couple of booklets, either in digital or physical form, that have either campaign setting kind of information about locations or people, or they have a release that'll be a series of adventures. That is the Warlock Lairs. Now, in the past, they have released 3 books now that are kind of compilations of their warlocks called the Warlock Grimoire that kind of goes into depth on different aspects of the world. They've basically compiled those warlocks into a hardcover book. But now they have just released their first Warlock Lairs book, which is a compilation of many of those adventures. So we're going to take a look at the Warlock Lairs book from Kobold Press today. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, I'm Joe. Welcome to the DM Toolbox, your go-to place to get all the tools you need to enhance your D&D games. Before we get started today, as always, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. It really helps me out to build up the channel. We're actually approaching 900 subscribers now, and hopefully we'll be hitting 1,000 before long. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at toolbox_DM and on TikTok at DM Toolbox. We just did our giveaway of Vault of Magic from Kobold Press, and hopefully we'll be doing more in the future. So make sure you're following me so you get alerts as to that stuff. Okay, now let's take a look at the new Warlock Lairs book from Kobold Press. Okay, so this is it right here. This is Warlock Lairs Into the Wilds. And it is their first compilation of their Warlock Lairs into a single book. So let's take a look. Great cover art, by the way. I absolutely love this art. And we'll kind of go through here. I have the table of contents up here on the left. I'm showing you guys this in PDF rather than a physical book because I don't have the physical book yet. But I really wanted to kind of bring this one to you guys because I'm excited about this. Like I said, I am starting a new campaign set in Midgard, so having a book like this is going to be super handy for me. So let's take a look. So let's jump over here to the table of contents real quick, and you can see here all the different adventures, and it's nice they have them laid out. So you can see here we have first level, third level, second level. All these adventures, quick little brief summary, and you know what level the adventure is. Now, one thing about this book, you can read here that this book is mainly focused on tier 2 play, meaning 5th through 10th level characters. But they did put some lower level adventures in, like you can see here, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th level adventures, so that we can run a campaign of about 1 through 10 using this book if we wanted to. And these adventures are set all over from Midgard's Western Waste, which is one of my favorite areas in the world, to the Magdar Kingdom, the Abernese, the Margrave Forest, the Grand Duchy of Dorning, all over the place. Even up in the Northlands, you might hit the Summerlands a bit, and even the Shadow Realm, which is super cool, especially with the Book of Edmund Tides coming out, which is a Shadow Realm-based book for Kobold Press. So a lot of really cool stuff happening in here. Next up, after the table of contents, they talk monsters a little bit. So what's nice is they give you a list of every monster used in this book and which of the monster books that you can find them in. So Creature Codex, Tomo Beast, or Tomo Beast 2. They also mentioned that in the back here, if we skip to the appendix, we've got some new monsters back here. So stuff that you won't find in those 3 books can be found in here. There's not a lot. There's just a couple of monsters. We also have some new magic items and things like that in here. So nice little bonus here in the back of the book for stuff you can use in any of your games. Aside from that, it's going to be adventures, right? So just taking a look here, our first adventure in the book is a first level, adventure for first level characters. So I could use this if I wanted to kick off my new campaign. Unfortunately, this one is not set where I need it to be for my particular campaign, but you can see how you can kind of go from here to this next adventure here, second level, or two different second levels really for you to choose from. Third levels, and then get into the fourth levels. And then after that, it's going to be all fifth through 10th level adventures. And, most of these adventures, just taking a look, they lay them out really nice. Kobold Press has always been good at this. If you look at the Scarlet Citadel video I did, that's probably one of the best, well put together campaign books I've ever seen. And when I say campaign book, I mean like an adventure module that spans more than just one level, more than a one shot. That takes you through half your leveling experience basically. So the way they design their books and their adventures, I really like. So we get an adventure background summary. We get some recent events in the area to give us some context. We have some hooks here for our players. And then we start learning about, a main character and location, things like that. And then it'll get into the actual adventure here, giving us the areas, things like that, treasures, combat encounters, maps, all sorts of stuff, for the adventure. And each of these adventures could probably be played in, I would say, 1 to 2 sessions for the most part. We get some decent little art in here. It's going to be all black and white in this book because, like I said, this comes out monthly as essentially a pamphlet. They're just maybe about 30 pages or so. Generally, 1 or 2 adventures in there, or if it's the regular Warlock, just some setting information. But super useful and super cool. Several really neat ones in here. I like the looks of this out of phase one. This just sounded like a really cool adventure. Be cool if you have a druid in the party for this one as well. But again, just well put together adventures. There's not a ton to really say about it other than it's nice to have a compilation focused on a specific type of thing. So in this case, they're 5 to 10, and they're all going to be wilderness type adventures. So out in the wilds. These are not going to be ones set in cities or anything like that. These are specifically wilderness type adventures. So we have a theme there, which I really like. So I'm hoping maybe the next one will be, one set in cities. I'd love one for adventures with Zobek and other city adventures kind of compilated in there. We could touch on Southlands, we could touch up on some of the cities up north. That'd be really cool. And then maybe one set in some, specifically dungeons type of thing, old ruins or something like that. So if they keep releasing them kind of in that theme, that'll be really cool. Another thing to mention is I believe, and we can double check this up top, but there are 4 brand new previously unreleased adventures in here. So yeah, with 4 brand new adventures unique to this collection, we present to you a total of 19 adventures for your game, spanning half of Midgard and featuring the Western Waste and the other locations we mentioned. So really nice. We get 19 adventures, 1 book, great price. So make sure you head down to the description of the video. I will have a link to Kobold Press's site where you can pick up the book. But definitely well worth it. I can't wait to get the physical one and get it on my shelf. Another awesome book from Kobold Press to add to the collection. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you pick it up. Again, make sure you're following me, liking the videos, and doing all that good stuff to help me out. And make sure you use the link below to head over to Kobold Press's site and pick up this book. So that's it for today, everybody. And until next time, roll those dice.